Why have us humans become so fixated on being attractive? I was contemplating this morning as I looked at myself in the mirror and realized that I was looking at myself with the approach of how can I make myself look more beautiful? And it occurred to me right then and there. We, as a collective, as a whole entire planet full of humans and human minds and human hearts, we have replaced, we have swapped out in our seeking and in our searching for beauty. We are traveling to the artificial light in order to get the real thing. We are looking for the real substance, the real sustenance, the real nutrients, the nutrition, that which will sustain us, which is tapping into that inner beauty which is present, that which is all of us, all intrinsically beautiful, and coming to see that beauty is really a feeling. Last night I was singing and I was tapping into a very special place, in my heart, in my soul, that I like to travel to when I'm alone. But I hadn't allowed myself to get into flow like this. I'm not sure if I've ever let myself get into flow like this in my whole life, yet it felt so familiar when I was there. And what struck me to a core, like someone plucking the string of a guitar, was a strong feeling of beauty. I felt beautiful, but not in this surface layer way. It was a from within to the without kind of way. It was a light that I knew was birthed and resided in the core of me and was shining out. And the beauty had nothing to do with my looks. It was a frequency, it was a connectivity, it was a vibration, it was an experience, it was more so a place than something visual. It was a place in, as my friend John would say, the tabernacle of God's heart. The heavens, the peaks of the mountain and the valleys of heaven, of God's mind. Beauty is a place, heaven is a place on earth with you. Beauty is a place on earth with you. So how funny of us humans to have billion-dollar beauty cosmetic industries. How silly of us to spend copious amounts of money and resources and time into looking our best, but how many of us are dedicated to feeling our best? And so we have been misguided for a long time. We have been walking in the opposite direction for a long time. And what is so beautiful, what is so full of beauty, and when one is full of beauty, Where is that? How does something become full, right? How does a glass get full? By pouring water outside of the glass? No, the water goes into the glass. Beauty, full of the substance, the essence of beauty. So much attention and focus to the surface beauty, the road, even away when it seems it's walking away from the light. It has this wormhole kind of effect, this black hole kind of effect, a wormhole, where it takes you back actually where you started. So as I, Isabel, the Isabel identity, has spent a long time, what feels like a long time in this life, walking towards the direction of surface, outer, shallow beauty. It's actually only gotten me closer now and set me up to have this realization, this realization that inner beauty is the only beauty which will sustain, that will sustain us. Why be surface when you can be deep? Why be shallow when instead you can be deep? If you only stayed close to the water, to the surface of the water, you would miss out on seeing the beauty of the depths of the ocean. But many of us have been bobbing on the surface. Sometimes we take deep dives and then we come up for air, because this depth, sometimes, like in the ocean, when we swim too far down in any water, the pressure is too much for our human bodies, so we like to come back up to surface. Sometimes when you go deep, you experience the pressure. The pressure is on. I'm under a lot of pressure, and this is oftentimes when we are faced by the deep. When we are faced by the deep. So us humans like to and enjoy to come up to surface, to get some air, to be surface shallow, to be shallow. This has served us in ways for a long time, but there is a massive planetary shift that's going on. People are starting to get curious about the rest of the ocean. People are starting to become curious about the depths of the sea. What is below the surface? For a long time, the surface was fun, right? It showed plenty to us. It gave us great fun and satisfaction to explore the shallow parts. But many of us many of us are looking to go deeper. We are finding ourselves more comfortable with the pressure of those depths and seeing that the pressure was actually only something we needed to adjust to. That the pressure was just something we needed to adjust to. We needed to get comfortable. We are getting acclimated, right? We are getting acclimated. We are getting used to the climate of that pressure. And as we get more and more acclimated with that pressure, we can actually now focus on the beauty of the depths. Whereas before, when we weren't ready to go deep, when we weren't ready to dive under and see what was below, we felt the discomfort of the pressure in that environment. So bit by bit, we are getting acclimated and, growing gills so we can stay down there longer and have more fun and see more that there is to see and explore in the sea. In the sea, when you go deep into the sea, you can see. There is so much to see. The waters have always been, through the times, a reflection of our depths. On the surface of the oceans, of all waters, faces up to the sky, the infinite expansion, and it reminds us why. The sky and the ocean are great reminders of who we are and how we are. Deep and expansive, vast and rich with life, and infinite. Great mystery in both the sky and the sea. There is so much to see when we dive